As long as people have looked to the stars, we've searched for answers, really to the big questions. What's out there? Are we alone? Our next guest thinks about it more than most. Laurie Rousseau-Nepton is in the Department of Astronomy and Astrophysics at the University of Toronto and delves into archaeological astronomy.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's good to have you. And it's a fascinating field. I think a lot of people are familiar with Stonehenge, perhaps Newgrange in Ireland, these monuments that were built by ancient civilizations, but they too were inquisitive. They're built as monuments to celestial events. The technology has certainly changed,
yes,
but we're asking the same questions fundamentally as people did millennia ago.
Indeed, and one thing that I want people to realize is, although many very known sites in archaeoastronomy are maybe more to the east, we have in North America lots of them. Ancient observatories that were built by First Nation people. And when you study them, you get a glimpse at how ingenious they were. They were seeking precision in their measurement, just like what we're doing today when we look at the universe.
So, what do you think that is that crosses cultures and cross the span of a planet, that all peoples had that particular desire to?
Yeah, I like to think it all starts with the stars. We're fortunate enough to be able to see them at night, and they're puzzling. Some of them moves. The planets are not really stars, but they look like them, and some have their continuous motion as the Earth rotates. And these behaviors were so mesmerizing. Not only they are pretty, but puzzling. And who doesn't like a good puzzle?
Okay, so what's the puzzle that you like? When you, all your years of studying this, and you've been associated with some of the most advanced technology in the world, the telescope in Hawaii in particular, is there one thing that has really resounded most with you over the years?
Yeah, you know, over the years, my role as an astronomer has been to develop new methods, to make better measurements, to look at the universe, the light coming from the universe, and dissect it. And so for me, it's all about using new technology to improve our understanding of it. But I'm not blind. I know it's a very complex puzzle. So when we look at the universe, we want to know what's our place in it. It's so vast, infinite, possibly.
Right.
And so by looking at it and continuing the work that ancient have been doing for thousands of years, we're just participating in this creation of knowledge. And eventually, I hope, some of our descendants down the line will probably figure it out.
Okay, so what needs to be built? What direction do we need to go to perhaps uncover the next?
True. So in astronomy, it's all about sensitivity, and collecting more light. Telescopes are at the center of this. They are our gigantic human eye, and typically nowadays they use very large mirrors in order to collect lights from objects that are so faint that otherwise we wouldn't be able to observe them. We also build them in space because the atmosphere of the Earth absorbs some of that light. And so without going beyond the atmosphere, some of the things that are extremely valuable for science is not accessible.
Where is the next great discovery going to come? Is it going to come from human exploration, and we think, you know, possibly a mission to Mars at one point in the not too distant future, or will it come from the telescopes, the James Webbs and the like?
If only I would know. I think that we've been discovering every week's new information from the James Webb telescope.
Yeah.
There are other missions that are coming, missions of the future. So a good example of that is the World Habitable Observatory. And so looking for planets that potentially could harbor life. That's, of course, something we are really interested in, to see if we're not alone in the universe. And so developing instruments that are focusing on our ability to detect exoplanets, their atmosphere, what's in their atmosphere, is there water, methane, signs of life. That's really the next step. And so when we're building these instruments, we have in mind it has to be sensitive, very focused and targeted on the science we want to uncover.
You mentioned the next generation. We've got about 30 seconds here. You mentioned next generation and what they'll discover. You're very interested in getting the next generation into this field of study.
That's true, yeah.
So what do you say to young people?
You know, when I was young, I didn't even know you could do astronomy for a living. It really took time for me to realize that the perfect job for me existed. And so I wanted for the young generation for it to be easier. And I want them to be able to see themselves doing the best job in the world, according to me, of course.
Well, it's a fascinating field. We appreciate you taking some time to come in to talk to us. Laurie Rousseau-Nepton with the University of Toronto, and speaking in Halifax tonight. Thank you for taking some time. Appreciate it.
Pleasure.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back with much more of your news.